Now, as we've been saying all week, this is Powering Kindness Week. On this show and on the lunchtime show, we're trying to get the lion's share of 100 grand from Electric Ireland for Childline. We're asking people to text in their acts of kindness, any sort of act that's vaguely positive. Just text the word Childline in to 53106 along with your name and what that act is. If we get the maximum amount of text, or the majority of text, we'll get the majority of the money, which is 50 grand out of that 100 grand. Now, if you go onto the Newstalk website now, you'll find 2 videos where myself and Jonathan Healy from Lunchtime and our respective children baked for Powering Kindness. Jonathan is here along with Odlums home baking expert Catherine Leyden, who's going to adjudicate on who produced the best cake. Good afternoon, Jonathan.
Good afternoon,
You're very welcome to the studio with strange setting for you.
Well, I have to say, yes, it's very unusual, and clearly I'm on overtime now, so my act of kindness will be to donate that huge amount of overtime to the concern involved, which is Childline.
Okay, so that's double time at least, I would have thought. Catherine, you're very welcome back to the programme.
Oh, thank you, Sean. Delighted to be here.
And have you ever been on Jonathan's programme?
No, I haven't did that one yet.
Okay, well, that's just something to take into account when you're choosing who's the best cake.
Okay, we'll look at that.
What are your opinions on politics, Catherine? We could easily tease that out if needs be, if it could swing in my favour now.
I think I might stick to the baking, Jonathan.
So what would be your criteria? What would you be looking for in a cake?
Presentation, I give points for presentation.
Yes.
But I give higher points for the texture, the crumb, the appearance. They're all important, and of course, most important is the taste.
Is the taste? Yeah.
Taste
now,
is
the taste trump? Like, I mean, if it's a dog ugly looking thing, but it tastes delicious. Does that, is that...
well, you'd want to have...
That's the killer
Sean,
argument,
you'd want to have a few more dog ugly looking things in there as well.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't really matter.
So if you had like a pretty cake that tasted, ho-hum, but a delicious cake that looked like somebody just threw it at a wall.
Hang on a second.
I'd probably go for
this is clearly going somewhere. You're slagging my cake.
I'm not
right?
slagging your cake.
You're slagging my cake.
I'm just teasing out what
and 2-year-old toiled in a hot kitchen.
You're adorable children.
And they're gorgeous, Jack and Matthew. Yeah, I was watching them making it, and the part I love, they were nicking the chocolate.
That was a serious problem.
I do that myself.
There was a lot of chocolate around.
Okay. How much chocolate was there in total, and how much actually went into the cake?
There may have been 2 bars that didn't quite make the bowl.
That's why it's a little bit crumbly.
It's a little bit crumbly, exactly.
There's just a little less chocolate in it, but the boys enjoyed it, I hope.
Okay, so we'll move on from the ugly cake thing, because obviously that's a touchy subject, really. Are you looking for something that's innovative or an interesting, or
something a bit different?
Yeah.
And I have to say, I have 2 very different items presented here in front of me today. I have to say.
Describe what we have, actually.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing to do.
Okay, well now, Jonathan, we have the chocolate biscuit cake here. Presentation not bad. Nice icing on top. Is that white chocolate dip the boys put on? Fair play. Now they use a bit of imagination in that one, I have to say.
Okay.
The white chocolate
I
on
can't
top.
see it now. Pat Kenny's screen is in the way.
Oh, is it?
There we go.
There
All right.
Look,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Yeah.
White chocolate on top. Little bit crumbly because the boys, I'd say, nicked some of the chocolate in the presentation.
Well, yeah.
Now we come on to exhibit number 2.
Yeah. That's more an exemplar rather than an exhibit.
This is,
Whatever that means.
I don't know what to make of it.
What do you mean you don't want to make of it?
It's a
Catherine?
chocolatey thing.
It's a chocolately blog thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Just
It looks-
at your
it looks-
initial suspicions on that cake.
it looks a bit too perfect.
What do you mean be too perfect?
Bit too perfect now, Sean.
Catherine, I've spent all my life fending off that accusation that I'm a little bit too perfect. It's been my curse.
I think the best thing
Well, it's even applying now to your cakes, Sean.
That's true. It applies to so many areas in my life.
I think the taste test has to be.
Excuse me,
it is the taste, yeah. The
taste
thing
is
is
important.
now, because I don't want to be penalised for my kids being too good at this kind of thing.
Well, now, your kids were fascinating, I have to say.
They
watching
were.
them on the
I
video.
thought so too.
Did you think so?
Yeah, they're an eternal mystery to me.
They were performing miracles.
Yeah. Well, they did. It was. They were aware of the magic of this whole.
They must be.
the
They
visual
started off
media.
making a fruit cake,
yeah.
and then you presented me with the pavlova.
That
and now we
wasn't.
have it all.
They misspoke. That's all that
Is that
was.
what it was?
That was just a small bit of technical confusion as to what actually.
Freudian
they were making.
slip.
Yeah, so to speak. Yes.
So this isn't a fruitcake pavlova, which you promised. So.
No, well, it's kind of in that area. It's
Right.
in the general
I
cake
don't know
area.
about that,
It
no.
depends how hung up you want to get in the whole definition of what is a cake, technically speaking. It's
Well,
sweet
it's
and
not a
it's got
pavlova.
chocolate on it, which
not a pavlova,
describes
it's not
what
a
you made as
fruitcake.
well.
Well, yes, which is chocolate mush.
Yeah.
But what your chocolate mush is different and not a pavlova, clearly.
Yeah, no.
No, this is
But
a
let's
layer
not get
cake.
hung up on titles here, Catherine, really.
I'll go way out of that. They're very different, I have to say.
Yeah.
Do I have to taste them?
You do.
Okay.
But
Now,
for a certain lack of enthusiasm there.
this is because it strikes me as a little on the The commercially produced one.
Hang on. What's going on here?
A little.
What do you mean commercially produced?
It looks as if there's high ratio flour used in it.
Yeah. Well, did you watch the video? Did you see how much flour she put in the bowl?
I did, yeah, but there wasn't high ratio flour.
There was a high ratio flour.
Okay, so you've tasted Sean's fruit
I
cake.
have, yeah.
Have a go at the old biscuit cake.
Now, the old biscuit cake, I'm partial to biscuit cake myself, I have to say now, Sean. Without being too biased.
Good mark for
Is that biased then?
No,
Everybody
this?
coming into it in advance.
Now, actually, even though it was quite crummy, Jonathan, that cut very well.
Good.
Well done to the boys. May I
crummy
taste
as a
it?
compliment. Go on.
Delish.
Really?
Okay. Right.
Delish. What chocolate did you use, Jonathan?
There was a big
Milk
bar.
chocolate.
There was a dairy milk. The
Dairy
big bar
milk.
of dairy milk, and then what should have been 4 little bars of dairy milk that didn't quite make the
Did you
cut.
put golden syrup in?
There's golden syrup in there. Some
Butter?
cream went in there. No butter. Yeah, lots of butter.
Lots of butter.
Lots
Yeah.
of butter.
Sean, what did you put in
Jeez, it
yours?
sounds like you were there at the time, shouting out instructions.
Sean, what did you put in yours?
I can't remember exactly. It's something of a blur.
Were you not there?
Well, I was there.
I
Well,
saw
my
you there,
daughters
yeah.
my daughters really were in charge of this, and it was a blur of baking activity as they moved in tandem around the
hang on,
kitchen like grease lighting.
So your daughters are being brought into this now as being.
Well, they
their
were
own-
there. That was the whole gig. That they had to,
right,
they were baking the.
I hate
the
to.
thing. That
I
was-
hate to do this, Sean.
Yes.
But look,
What?
we pride ourselves in investigative journalism, and sometimes you get a call that you
sounds serious.
just can't ignore. That you pick up the phone and you have to go and meet someone. So I went down. I met them in the corner of a car park. Somebody who said they had very good information for me. That was of relevance to this. Let's have a listen to an interview I did with this bake-off Deep Throat. So you have some information for us, do you?
I'm worried. I'm worried that there's going to be payback. Sean can be so mean, Jonathan. He can just be so mean.
Look, Mr. Anonymous Deep Throat, it's okay. Lunchtime can offer you protection. What information do you have?
But it's so hard. He hides my microphone sometimes.
Look, we can give you this. We can give you a tenner. It's worth a tenner. Come on, do it.
Okay. I really shouldn't be saying this, but Sean Moncrieff, he didn't make the cake himself. He bought it. He bought it in Superquinn. He can't even bake. He doesn't even know how to boil an egg. He's a fraud. I said it.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. He's definitely a fraud.
Mr. Anonymous Deep Throat, thank you for talking to us on Newstalk Lunchtime.
I never spoke to you.
Oh yeah.
While you look forward to your long tenure on the lunchtime show,
Yeah.
which has a smaller audience, by the way, than this show,
You've got 3 hours.
you might want to tell us who the winner is. The so-called winner is.
Sean, I'm
Yeah.
afraid it has to be the chocolate biscuit cake.
Well, congratulations
Round of applause for
to Jonathan Healy and the Healy family, who have made a lovely biscuit
and
cake.
Jack and Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack and Matthew
And
did
Ted
a fantastic.
Keelan, Ellie and Saoirse, they did a good job too.
They did.
But they were just pipped at the post.
But
Yeah, it's
Healy's.
very generous of you
No.
to say that.
It's for charity, you see,
Just
that's why.
because it's
All
for
for
charity.
Childline.
Yeah,
power and kindness, Sean. That's all
that's
about.
the main thing. It's for the kids. So
Absolutely.
slap a big smile on your face. Jonathan, congratulations.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Kath, and thanks a million for coming into
My
it today.
pleasure.